Well, there is no respite for Rahul Gandhi when it comes to his drilling by the Enforcement Directorate. After being questioned for 10 hours on Monday, the Congress leader has been summoned again by the ED for a second round of questioning. He's been called for questioning at 11:30 a.m. He was questioned over a variety of reasons, in fact, related to the Associate Journal Limited. The ED questioned him about his role in the organization that owns National Herald. According to the ED sources, Rahul was evasive during the questioning. ED still has some more questions that remain unanswered on day one. Meanwhile, Congress took out a mega show of strength. Many leaders gathered during Rahul Gandhi's questioning. BJP has called it drama by the party and has questioned the Congress, saying why the fuss over some if Gandhis are innocent.
Day of big Congress turf, from chief ministers to members of parliament and thousands of party workers. The entire Congress machinery paused on Monday to rally behind National Herald Case accused Rahul Gandhi, facing ED grilling over alleged money laundering with a massive show of strength and a solidarity march to the Enforcement Watchdog's office. Congress leader and Wayanad MP marched to the Enforcement Directorate's office from the Congress headquarters in Delhi, with hundreds of sloganeering supporters. As Rahul's grilling started by three ED officials, sister and Congress General Secretary Priyanka led the protest. Several Congress stalwarts were detained for the march, which didn't have permission and breached prohibitory orders at ED office.
I'm in the police van, if you can see. Yes, I have no clue. I was just giving a bite, which is my duty as a national spokesperson, and then I was just picked up and put in this.
राहुल गांधी जी को बुलाया है, इसमें हमें कोई एतराज नहीं है. वो जाएंगे, हम साथ में जाएंगे. साथ में किसी के साथ जाना तो कोई ये तो कोई क्राइम नहीं है. हम क्या कोई गैर कानूनी काम करते हैं क्या? अजीब सी बात है. तानाशाही की रात चलते हैं और क्या?
Congress launched a pan-India protest from Jammu to Patna to Bengaluru, with party workers hitting the streets. Rahul is facing ED probe in the 2012 National Herald money laundering case. The Gandhis are accused of embezzling funds and financial irregularities. With Preeti Chaudhary, Supriya Bharadwaj and Manish Pandey in Delhi. Bureau Report, India Today.
My colleagues tracking that story very closely. I'm being joined by Shreya Chatterjee, is getting us all those details from the ED office. Supriya Bharadwaj tracks the Congress party, and she's with us from Rahul Gandhi's residence. Aishwarya Paliwal from the Congress headquarters, Chaubis Akbar Road. I'm going to go straight first to Supriya Bharadwaj. Supriya, Rahul Gandhi has just left his residence and he's headed to the ED office for the second round of questioning today.
Well, Sneha, he hasn't left, but he can leave at any given point of time. You can see that the entire police as well as this area has been cordoned off and they are ready. Priyanka Gandhi reached here just a couple of minutes back, and I would like to show you the scene which is panning out at 12 Tughlaq Lane. The media is also standing. The entire thing is on a standby. The Delhi police officials are also present here, and from here they will head towards the AICC headquarters. This is what the information is coming in, and from there once again there will be a Satyagraha march. This is what Randeep Singh Surjewala said in the press conference. He said, "Hum log darenge nahi and we will walk again. That we are not scared and we will walk again." A lot of leaders of the Congress party, including MPs and former chief ministers and union ministers, have got injuries. They got injured yesterday. This is what the Congress party is maintaining. And at the same time, a lot of MPs and leaders who are trying to reach the AICC headquarters have once again been detained. Manikam Tagore just spoke to India Today today a couple of minutes back, and he said that when he was about to reach AICC headquarters along with 3 other leaders, because Section 144 states then gathering not more than 5 leaders, there were only 4 leaders including him. When they were trying to reach AICC headquarters, they were detained and have now been taken to Mandir Marg. Once again, I would like to show you the situation over here. At any given point of time, both the Gandhi siblings can leave from here. Priyanka Gandhi yesterday also accompanied her brother Rahul Gandhi all the way to AICC headquarters, and then she went to the ED office with Rahul Gandhi. From there on, she went and met all the Congress leaders who were put into Tughlaq Road Thana. She sat there for a while, so she was holding the fort from the street, whereas Rahul Gandhi was facing the questioning by the ED. Here you can see that as to how the situation is panning out. And one thing which is very interesting is that Congress party is not, they have sent a message loud and clear, Sneha, that they are not going to take it very easily. They are again protesting. There are scenes inside the AICC headquarters where snowballing is taking place in favor of Rahul Gandhi and against the central government. What we are hearing from the sources is that now also senior leaders are camping in Delhi, and they are saying that they will not be leaving till the time there is no clarity as far as the ED questioning goes on. So today also we are expecting a showdown between Delhi police and the Congress leaders. One thing which again the Randeep Singh Surjewala has said in that press conference, and the Congress is saying again and again, is that why BJP government is targeting only Rahul Gandhi. Is it so because he has been raising all the issues related to the people of the country? And second, the issue that they are raising is that when there is no FIR, when there is no complaint in this case, how can the ED summons be given to Rahul Gandhi and how can he be called for questioning? Now, this is the point that Randeep Singh Surjewala, the party's chief spokesperson, has just raised a couple of minutes back. I would like to show you once again the situation here, because just now the cars have gone in, and at any point of time Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi can leave from 12 Tughlaq Lane, which is the residence of Rahul Gandhi. Usually this lane, Sneha, witnesses heavy traffic, but today you can see that entire area has been cordoned off. Not much vehicle movement is seen. Already Delhi police has given this instruction that in and around New Delhi district there is Section 144 imposed. Today they have taken to social media also, and they are asking people to avoid certain lanes in the central Delhi, and at the same time also they are saying that Section 144 has been imposed and people will not be allowed to gather. So they are barricading after barricading which is taking place, and from here, from ground zero, 12 Tughlaq Lane, at the moment this is the situation that any point of time Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi can leave. Yes,
Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi will be leaving in some time, is what Supriya Bhardwaj is telling us. She is joining us from right outside. Supriya also confirmed that for us that Rahul Gandhi is still inside, and 11:30 is when he has to appear before the ED. Talking about the ED, I'm going to go straight to Shreya Chatterjee, who's right outside the ED office. For more on that, Shreya, the line of questioning. Give us an idea about what has been asked and what is going to be asked today by the ED. Also, what we're picking up is that Rahul Gandhi has been fairly evasive as far as the answers given to the Enforcement Directorate is concerned. Shreya? Okay, we'll just try and reconnect with Shreya Chatterjee once again, also Aishwarya Paliwal from the Congress headquarters. But Supriya did touch upon the fact that there is a showdown expected once again. And Supriya, you were telling us that Congress leaders continue to camp, including the senior ones in Delhi city.
Well, yes, Sneha, yesterday it was Rajasthan's Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, and along with him Bhupesh Baghel, and who's who from the Congress party, who was seen walking behind Rahul Gandhi in that Satyagraha march which Congress party leaders took all the way from AICC headquarters to the ED office. Now the distance between the AICC headquarters and the ED office is just 2 kilometers. What is really interesting is, Sneha, that yesterday when Rahul Gandhi reached AICC headquarters. The entire crowd, most of them were wearing these t-shirts in what was written Satyamev Jayate with Rahul Gandhi's photograph. There's a balloon which have been put by the Congress party in their headquarters, which again bears the photograph of Rahul Gandhi with the message Satyamev Jayate. So Congress party is going all out. The three big takeaways from this entire saga is that the entire Congress party somehow has managed to keep their differences aside and
talk to you about that in a bit from now. Just to continue to be with us, Supriya, I'm going to go straight to Aishwarya Paliwal now, who's back with us, getting us all the updates as far as the Congress headquarters is concerned. Supriya, just, I beg your pardon, Aishwarya, just give us an idea about the kind of support that Gandhi has gathered essentially in terms of the cadre workers from the low rung of the party to the middle rung to the high rung. What is it that you can tell us in terms of the pictures that you're getting for us, Aishwarya?
Well, just see the pictures, you know, we are seeing all these protesters. Many of them have loudspeakers on them. Maybe Rahul Gandhi stands for truth, India stands with him. जो डरे नहीं झूठ और नफरत की आग से, उन्हें तुम क्या डराओगे? All these kind of slogans that you see here, I am Rahul Gandhi too. कब तक आप लोगों का रहेगा बैठने का यहाँ पे?
जब तक राहुल जी का ईडी से बाहर आना नहीं होता, ईडी का फैसला नहीं होता, तब तक हम यहीं पे हैं।
तब तक भाई यहीं पे रहने का आप लोगों का प्लान है। आप लोगों का प्लान कब तक होगा यहाँ बैठने का?
जब तक न्याय नहीं मिल जाता तब तक हम यहीं बैठे रहेंगे, ऐसे ही बैठे रहेंगे।
मार्च भी करेंगे उनके साथ?
मार्च तो ये तानाशाही सरकार है, करने नहीं देगी, लेकिन हम उनके लिए सद्बुद्धि भी करेंगे कि इस तानाशाही सरकार, इस अहंकारी सरकार के सद्बुद्धि आ जाए। और एक बात पूरा देश देख रहा है कि झूठा आदमी डरता है। मोदी और शाह हमारे ईमानदार सच्चे नेता राहुल गांधी से डर रहे हैं, इसलिए पूरी दिल्ली
मानते हैं ईमानदार और सच्चे नेता है राहुल?
बिल्कुल ईमानदार और सच्चे नेता, इसीलिए उन्होंने पूरी दिल्ली को छावनी। हम टेररिस्ट हैं, हम इस भारत के नागरिक हैं, हमें आने जाने का, हमें हमारे कार्यालय में आने का अधिकार नहीं है। कैसे छावनी बना रखी है, कैसे हमारे सम्मान्य नेताओं के साथ में कल बदसलूकी की गई है, किस प्रकार से बदसलूकी की गई है, मीडिया ने देखा, पूरे देश ने देखा।
आप कब तक यहाँ पे बैठने के हिसाब से आए?
देखिए, ये अब संघर्ष जो है वो लंबा चलेगा। बात सिर्फ ईडी की नहीं है, बात ईडी द्वारा राहुल जी को सम्मान की नहीं है। राहुल जी उस सम्मान का सम्मान करते हैं, इसीलिए सारे सवालों के जवाब देने से भाग नहीं रहे, पीठ नहीं दिखा रहे, बैठे। हम अपने लोकतांत्रिक अधिकारों का इस्तेमाल करें, हम अपने नेता को ताकत दे रहे हैं। डरना मत, बिल्कुल। पूरे पार्टी का कार्यकर्ता, करोड़ों कार्यकर्ता, देश भर के कार्यकर्ता कल सड़कों पे थे। अपने नेता को क्यों ताकत नहीं देंगे? क्योंकि वो नेता इस देश के संविधान को बचाने निकला है, इस देश की संवैधानिक संस्थाओं को बचाने के लिए निकला है, जिसका दुरुपयोग केंद्र में बैठी सरकार कर रही है। क्योंकि जवाब नहीं है, गिरती अर्थव्यवस्था, गिरता रुपया, बढ़ती महंगाई, बढ़ती फिर जवाब।
So this is what protesters are saying. In fact, you know, the slogan, the rhyme of Mahatma Gandhi is being sung here at AICC headquarters. The protesters say that even if they'll not be allowed to march, they will keep on sitting here, and they expect more protesters to come in, to trickle in inside the AICC headquarters. Once again, showing you the song which is being played, Raghupati Raghav Rajaram, and all of them are Rahul, with posters of Rahul Gandhi, standing here waiting for Rahul Gandhi to reach at the AICC headquarters. Sneha.
Aishwarya, I'm just coming back to you, and Supriya, I'm going to go straight now to Shreya Chatterjee. Aishwarya was giving us details about how there are workers who've gathered right at the Congress headquarters. The Congress, of course, has made this about a battle of truth versus vendetta. Shreya Chatterjee, as far as the investigations are concerned, sources have indicated that Rahul Gandhi has been fairly evasive, but do give us an idea about what has been asked and what will be asked today.
Well, Sneha, this is the day 2 of questioning of Rahul Gandhi. Yesterday, he was at the Enforcement Directorate office for over 10 hours. For around 8.5 hours, he was questioned. The remaining time he took to go through the questions that was typed out, the answers that he had written. And what we do understand from our sources inside the Enforcement Directorate, he was evasive in some of the answers, and there were some of the answers that remained inconclusive, is why he's been called again today. Now, so far as the questioning is concerned, it revolved around the role of Rahul Gandhi in Young India Private Limited, the company that acquired AJL.
Going across to Supriya Bhardwaj, who's getting us the very latest. Supriya, what do you really see around you? Get us more.
Leaving from here, you can see that the barricading has been done, and the barricades have been just removed from here. The area has been just cordoned off, and there you can see the gates are opening, and at any given point of time, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi can leave from here. You can see over here that the movement is going on. If I can ask my camera person Pavan to just show the door, that's the main gate over there, which is open now, and this cavalcade is all set to leave. The cars are moving back, and here is this movement taking place that at any given point of time, Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi can leave from 12 Tughlaq Lane. It's all set. I would like Pavan to come to this side a bit, and he would like to show you the scenes from this very particular point, from where Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are all set to leave. You can see that the cars are going in, and earlier also the movement took place. Rahul Gandhi was scheduled to leave around 10, and what we are hearing was that he might go to AICC headquarters before heading towards ED office. Now, this is what Randeep Singh Surjewala told the journalists who were present in that press conference. You can see the action which is going on over here at ground zero. Rahul Gandhi's, first there was one car, this is the second car which is going inside, and earlier we had heard that he might be leaving around 10 or but now you can see that still it seems the last minute touches which are taking place over here as far as security is concerned. And today the police bandobast is not that much. Yesterday we saw extra deployment of Delhi police officials at this very point. There were Congress party's workers also who were present. But today the situation is this, that only the personal security, the Z plus security officials who have been with the Gandhis, they are present, and the personal security of the Gandhis is present. There are some people who are part of their staff, they're also present inside. We are hearing that they will be also leaving from here. But right now we'd like to show you what is going on at 12 Tughlaq Lane, which is the official residence of Rahul Gandhi. And we had heard from the sources that Rahul Gandhi will be reaching at the ED office between 11 to 11:30. Yesterday it was more than 10 hours that the questioning took place, and this is what exactly is going on over here, Sneha.
Okay, Supriya, also you did mention that Rahul Gandhi could be also going to the Congress headquarters. Obviously, this is a token of thanks to the workers who've gathered in his support, also to lift their morale. Given the situation the grand old party has found itself in, and also the charges that Gandhis are facing, it's important to be seen standing with your people, isn't it? Supriya.
Well, Sneha, one has to understand, this is what we were just discussing a couple of minutes back, that three things have come out. There is this investigative angle to this entire saga, there is a political angle, and then there is a humanitarian angle. The humanitarian angle is that Congress President Ms. Sonia Gandhi at the moment is in the hospital. Behind me you can see that how the gates are being opened. I would like Pavan to come this side and show you from here. We would like to show you as to how this entire movement over here is taking place. What has happened exactly, Sneha, is that the Congress party since 2014 was looking for one such miracle moment which is going to ensure that the entire cadre leadership comes together and you know, they fight for a cause. This ED notice has somehow done a trick for the Congress party. We saw who's who from the Congress party, all the senior leaders as well as the workers who were there. There you can see that the cavalcade is now out, the cars are coming out. This is one car in which Priyanka Gandhi had left, and the movement is started from the 12 Tughlaq Lane. The cars are being stationed over here, and I would like to continue with what we were discussing. Yesterday what we saw was that ever since 2014, there were these talks about how the Congress party has to come together, right from the workers to the leaders. And what happened yesterday was who's who from the Congress party, seniors and elders, as well as the juniors and the middle rank of officials of the Congress party, the workers, they were all present there, standing solidly behind Gandhis. They have thrown their weight behind.
Just come back to you for the first pictures, and you'll see them right here on India Today. When Supriya gets us those pictures of Rahul Gandhi along with younger sister, beg your pardon, Priyanka Gandhi leaving his residence, 12 Tughlaq Road. in the national capital. Supriya is telling us that he could be moving to AICC headquarters, and from there will be moving to the ED office. Meanwhile, I'm just going to play out this report that was sent out by my colleague Aishwarya Paliwal. These are all updates on the security deployment in the wake of Gandhi's questioning by the ED.
The Enforcement Directorate, the headquarters of the National Congress, Sonia Gandhi's house, everything has been barricaded to the T. We are seeing very heavy police deployment here in central Delhi. The administration does not want to take any chance, which is precisely why we are seeing layers of barricading and hundreds of police personnel being present right outside AICC and Rahul Gandhi's house. Not just that, in fact, there's heavy police deployment right outside the Enforcement Directorate too. What you see behind me are those layers of barricades which have been put up. We are seeing very heavy Delhi police deployment. Not just that, RAF personnel are also present. The administration believes that we could see an action replay of what happened yesterday. What you see behind me, all these vehicles, all of them are there to stop the protesters from reaching the Congress office. However, the protesters, the MPs and the MLAs say they are standing in solidarity with Rahul Gandhi and they will come out in large numbers to support him. We did see how yesterday Rahul Gandhi walked for a few minutes and then in a car went to the Enforcement Directorate office. What you see around me, this entire circle, is the main circle which has been barricaded and police personnel present in large numbers, all of them just to make sure no untoward incident takes place. Not just Delhi police personnel, RAF and other security personnel also present in large numbers. This is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today with camera person Nasir Khan.
Some news just coming. We are going straight to that. This is exclusive ED version of Rahul Gandhi's Day 1 drilling. Sources telling us Rahul appeared tutored by lawyers, avoided certain aspects of the questioning. ED was not satisfied with Rahul Gandhi's answers is what we are picking up. He would have consulted his lawyers undoubtedly, but he was not answering certain questions that were posed by the ED. Hence, he was evasive is what sources are telling India Today. This is a mega India Today exclusive. ED is not satisfied with Rahul Gandhi's answers is what we are learning from our sources within the ED. Shreya Chatterjee is with us for more details on that story. We do know that he was evasive, but what parts of the questioning did he avoid? And what did it appear that he was asked not to answer certain questions? What are you picking up, Shreya?
Well, absolutely. So, Sneha, you know, there were certain questions about his role and the involvement of his, so far as one of the directors in Young India Private Limited is where the Enforcement Directorate found him evasive. During the course of the questioning yesterday that lasted around, 8 and 8.5 hours, he was shown certain papers as well as transactions of Young India Private Limited when they took over AJL, and Rahul Gandhi was asked questions regarding those transactions, but we believe that he wasn't very conclusive with his answers is the reason that he's been called today. To just sum up a little bit, it was in 2010 that Young India Private Limited acquired AGL along with the debt that it had. It was in 2008 that AGL ran into a debt and Congress party had given them interest-free loans. The case pertains to the alleged irregularities, alleged financial irregularities, because of which the Enforcement Directorate has filed a PMLA case. And today, Sneha, in the second round of questioning, Rahul Gandhi will again be pushed for the questions revolving around his role, his share that he holds in Young India Private Limited, 38% share he holds, and also about those evidences that Enforcement Directorate has so far as transactions are concerned of the Young India Private Limited when it acquired AGL in November 2010.
Irregularities that, Shreya, ED has been questioning Rahul Gandhi on. It questioned several Congress leaders, senior ones, including those who are not there with us anymore in the past. But give us an idea about this case. Break this down for us, and what are the financial irregularities allegedly that the ED is looking at in terms of the irregularities that Gandhis are involved in, as per the ED.
Well, Sneha, the case Well, Sneha, the National Herald case pertains to the acquirement of AGL by Young India Private Limited. In 1938, Jawaharlal Nehru had established AGL, which has been publishing the National Herald newspaper. In 2008, AGL ran into losses, post which the Congress party gave them interest-free loans to the tune of over 90 crores. Now, by 2010, it had a debt mounting to around 89.93 crores, post which company named Young India Private Limited was actually made, where Rahul Gandhi was one of the board of directors, and Young India Private Limited acquired AGL for an amount of 50 lakhs. Its debt was also acquired by Young India Private Limited, along with the 2,000 crore worth property in prominent locations of Delhi and Mumbai. Now, the case pertains to a criminal complaint that was filed by Subramaniam Swamy in court, alleging that there was financial irregularities, there was defrauding, and that the top dignitaries of the Congress party was benefiting via this takeover of AGL by Young India Private Limited. In this case, Neha, earlier we've also seen leaders like Mallikarjun Kharge, who was also questioned, but Rahul Gandhi has been questioned for the first time. Yesterday, he was questioned for over 8.5 hours. The remaining time that was taken was to overlook the answers that he gave. He was evasive in the questions when it pertained to the transaction details that were shown by the Enforcement Directorate of the Young India Private Limited when it acquired AGL. That's the reason he's been called in again today. He is the board of director, and he's also one of the 38% shareholders of Young India Private Limited. The question also pertained to the fact that why did he hide in his income tax filing that he was a board of director in his tax assessment year of 2011 to 2012. So these are the round of questions that he was facing. As per ED sources, he has been evasive, is the reason that he's been called again for a second round of drilling.
Take us through the questions also that Gandhi was asked yesterday. Break that down for us, please.
Questions are concerned, it pertains to the fact that why did the Congress party decide to give interest-free loans to a company that was running into loss? B, that when it was acquired by Young India Private Limited, why did Rahul Gandhi choose to be a board of director? C, why he was a shareholder? Also, to bring it to our viewers, there are certain documents that the ED has recovered which pertains to the transaction details of Young India Private Limited when it acquired AGL in the year 2010. Now, Rahul Gandhi was shown these documents.
I'm just going to come back to you for more on that. Just to continue to be with us, Munish Pandey has more details on this piece of breaking information that we have with us, and this is exclusive. The ED has said that they're not satisfied with the answers given by Rahul Gandhi. What has he been evasive about, Munish Pandey? Also, give us more details, Munish, on what were the aspects that Rahul Gandhi did not talk about, and why are sources saying that he appeared to be tutored?
Yeah, well, Sneha, yesterday in the first half when he was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate, initially he was shown some documents. These documents were pertaining to his shareholding in Young India Private Limited and also some transaction details involving Young India and AGL. Now, when these documents were shown, Rahul Gandhi was asked to sign these papers. But what ED sources have told India today, that when he was questioned regarding these transactions, regarding his shareholding, he was very cautious. He was cautious enough to use exact what words he should be using while the questioning. Now, what ED is claiming that it appears during the questioning that he was tutored by his lawyers, and that is why they were not satisfied with the answers. In the second half, again, when he was questioned regarding the assets of AGL worth more than 2,000 crore rupees, when he was questioned about these assets, he said he has no idea about any of the assets. The allegation that he had any personal benefit from Young India Private Limited or from AGL is completely baseless. He told the ED officials that the allegations of any wrongdoing are completely false and baseless. But ED says that he was evasive during
the answering. He was not, it appears that he was tutored and he was not giving the full answer or truthful answer. Now, when the questioning got over around 9:15, 9:20, that was the time when ED officials told him that you have to appear tomorrow also, because the questioning is not over yet. There are some questions which are still untouched. Rahul Gandhi at that point of time, he requested the ED officials that he wants to correct some answers, and ED sources have told him that today that he might have taken opinion of his lawyers when he was out for lunch yesterday for almost an hour, and after getting the opinion of the lawyers, he may have requested the ED officials to correct his answers. When the correction was taking place, then it was very minutely being done by Rahul Gandhi. There were certain words which were changed by Rahul Gandhi. There were certain paragraphs which were changed by Rahul Gandhi. So it got delayed. The ED officials requested multiple times that the delay is from your side, it is not from our side. But Rahul Gandhi said that it is very important for me to correct these answers. I apologize for the delay, but I want to correct this answer, and that is why it got so delayed that he left around 11:30 in the evening. Now today what is going to be important, Sneha, that there are certain questions and there are certain documents which were not posed before Rahul Gandhi yesterday, and today he will be confronted with those documents. ED would like to question once again those questions which were not properly answered by Rahul Gandhi. That is according to the sources within the Enforcement Directorate. Sneha.
You know, Munish, if you could tell us, I know this is via your sources really, but what aspects of the questioning did Rahul Gandhi did not want to touch upon?
Yeah, mostly it was regarding the transactions details, the bank details of AJL and Young India Private Limited, the operations of AJL, and also, regarding the assets of Associated Journal Limited. So these were the questions when it was posed before Rahul Gandhi. Then at that point of time he said that he do not have the full information about the assets. He do not have any details about the transactions. The allegation about the Kolkata-based shell company is completely baseless. He has no idea about it. These are the questions when Rahul Gandhi was confronted with by the ED officials. He did not answer properly according to the Enforcement Directorate. But also, Sneha, we need to understand is that whenever someone is questioned by the Enforcement Directorate,
राहुल गांधी अभी जो है वो निकले हैं यहाँ पर कांग्रेस मुख्यालय के लिए, और थोड़ी देर पहले ही हम आपको यहाँ पर दिखा रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से राहुल गांधी से बात करने की भी हम लोगों ने कोशिश करी, और वो जो है यहाँ से निकल पड़े हैं। आगे उनके साथ जो है वो प्रियंका गांधी है, और यहाँ से राहुल गांधी जो है आगे निकल पड़े हैं AICC मुख्यालय की ओर। और हम आपको ये दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं, यहाँ से पूरा कैवलकेड है जो जा रहा है। आप देखिए यहाँ से कि पूरा का पूरा काफिला आगे बड़ा चला जा रहा है। उस तरफ देखिए आप जो है गाड़ियां जा रही हैं, और आपको हम आगे का जो है वो दृश्य दिखाते हैं यहाँ पर कि राहुल गांधी और उनके साथ प्रियंका गांधी बात करने की उनसे हमने जब कोशिश करी तो उन्होंने इतना ही कहा कि अभी जो है उन्होंने हाथ हिला के कह दिया कि ही विल नॉट स्पीक, मतलब अभी कुछ भी वो कहेंगे नहीं। यहाँ से आपका जो है वो लाइव दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं, जो कैवलकेड है पूरा बढ़ा चला जा रहा है। यहाँ पर आप देखिए राहुल गांधी और उनके साथ प्रियंका गांधी जो है वो निकल चुके हैं अपने घर से, और सुबह जो है प्रियंका गांधी यहाँ पर आई थी राहुल गांधी के घर पे। एंड आपको हम साथ में ये भी बताना चाहेंगे कि राहुल गांधी का आज सेकेंड डे ऑफ क्वेश्चनिंग है, और AICC मुख्यालय की ओर ये पूरा काफिला जो है वो बढ़ा चला जा रहा है। ये दृश्य हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं, ये औरंगजेब लेन के पास से होते हुए जो है रास्ता आपको दिखाएं तो APJ अब्दुल कलाम की रोड की तरफ जाता है, जहाँ ED का दफ्तर है, लेकिन उसी के साथ में ही जो है वो कांग्रेस मुख्यालय भी है। यहाँ पर पूरा काफिला जो है वो आपको हम दिखाएं तो बढ़ा चला जा रहा है कांग्रेस ऑफिस की तरफ, और वो देखिए सामने जो है काफिला राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी का, और ये पूरा का पूरा काफिला AICC मुख्यालय की ओर जा रहा है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के तमाम वरिष्ठ नेता वहां पर जो है मौजूद हैं, और यहाँ पे आपको दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं जो है रेड लाइट पे काफिला रुका हुआ है, और साथ में आपको हम दिखाएं कि किस तरीके से यहाँ पर पूरा का पूरा कांग्रेस पार्टी ने एक जो शक्ति प्रदर्शन कल किया था उसी को आगे दिखाते हुए यहाँ पर राहुल गांधी उनके साथ प्रियंका गांधी जो है वो है साथ में, और इधर आपको दिखाएं कि किस तरीके से आगे जो है काफिला वो AICC मुख्यालय की ओर जो है बढ़ रहा है। कांग्रेस पार्टी पहले ही साफ कह चुकी है कि वो आज भी जो है वो प्रोटेस्ट मार्च निकालेंगे, और AICC से जो है ये लोग आगे ईडी के दफ्तर जाएंगे। कल लगभग 10 घंटे तक राहुल गांधी से जो है ईडी ने क्वेश्चनिंग करी थी और यहाँ पर आपको हम फिर से एक बार दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं कि राहुल गांधी का पूरा जो काफिला है वो आगे की ओर जा रहा है बढ़ता हुआ। साथ में प्रियंका गांधी हैं और यहाँ से जो है ईडी का दफ्तर, कांग्रेस मुख्यालय राहुल गांधी के घर से तीनों जो हैं वो 3 किलोमीटर की दूरी के अंदर ही हैं। कांग्रेस पार्टी के तमाम वरिष्ठ नेता जो हैं आज फिर सुबह से AICC मुख्यालय पहुंचने लग गए थे, लेकिन उनको जो है वहां पर रोक दिया गया, कुछ लोगों को डिटेन कर दिया गया। और यहाँ पे हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से आधा जो काफिला है वो रेड लाइट में फंसा हुआ है और आधा जो काफिला है वो आगे शायद निकल चुका है। यहाँ पर दिल्ली की सड़कें इस समय जो है पूरी छावनी में तब्दील हो चुकी है। जो आपको हम यहाँ पर दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं कि आप देखें कि किस तरीके से खासी मुशक्कत करनी पड़ रही है। यहाँ पर साथ में जो आपको हम दिखा रहे हैं सिक्योरिटी को भी इधर से कांग्रेस पार्टी का जो दफ्तर है वो लगभग 2 किलोमीटर की दूरी पे ही है। और यहाँ पर आपको हम दिखा रहे हैं राहुल गांधी और उनके साथ प्रियंका गांधी जो है वो जा रही हैं आगे कांग्रेस मुख्यालय की ओर। पूरी सिचुएशन चौको ब्लॉक है और यहाँ पर से जो है पूरा सड़क को छावनी में तब्दील कर दिया गया है। दिल्ली पुलिस जो है वो जगह जगह पर तैनात है। आप देखें कि इस तरह के तरीके से वो ट्रैफिक मैनेजमेंट कर रही है। बहुत सारी जो सड़कें पूरे न्यू दिल्ली डिस्ट्रिक्ट के अंदर है उनको बंद कर दिया गया है और उसी के चलते हुए यहाँ पर जो है ट्रैफिक मूवमेंट ज्यादा देखने को मिल रही है। ईडी ये पृथ्वीराज रोड है और इसके साथ में ही APJ अब्दुल कलाम मार्ग भी है जहाँ पे ईडी का दफ्तर है और उसके पैरेलल ही जो है वो अकबर रोड है जहाँ पे कांग्रेस का मुख्यालय है। ये आप देख सकते हैं दृश्य हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि राहुल गांधी का जो काफिला है वो किस तरीके से आगे जो है वो बढ़ा चला जा रहा है। राहुल गांधी के साथ में प्रियंका गांधी हैं और ये जो है सुबह लगभग 9 बजे के करीब प्रियंका गांधी राहुल गांधी के घर पे पहुंची और अब यहाँ से वो जो है AICC मुख्यालय की ओर काफिला इनका जो है वो जा रहा है। आपको हम ये दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी के इस समय AICC मुख्यालय के ओर जाते हुए। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने आज फिर एक स्पेशल प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करी। उन्होंने ताबड़तोड़ हमला जो है वो भाजपा सरकार पे बोला। उसके साथ साथ उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि हम 4 क्वेश्चंस जो हैं उनको रेज करते हैं कि ये बताया जाए कि आखिरकार बीजेपी और उनके सारी जो स्पोक्स पर्सन हैं और साथ में जितने कार्यकर्ता नेता हैं वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ राहुल गांधी को ही क्यों टारगेट कर रहे हैं। इसके साथ साथ उन्होंने ये भी मुद्दा उठाया कि क्या राहुल गांधी जो लगातार बार बार लोगों के हित की आवाज उठाते हैं, लोगों के बारे में जो इश्यूज उठाते, मुद्दे उठाते हैं, उसको लेकर उन्हें टारगेट किया जा रहा है। चौथा सवाल जो रणदीप सिंह सुरजेवाला ने अपनी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में रखा वो ये था कि क्यों आखिर इतना पैसा खर्चा विज्ञापनों में खर्चा करके और अपने स्पोक्स पर्सन को जो है वो भेजकर भाजपा राहुल गांधी को टारगेट करवा रही है। तो ये सारे मुद्दे जो है वो कांग्रेस पार्टी ने रखे। इस पूरे जो प्रकरण है उसके 3 मेन एंगल्स हैं, 3 पहलू हैं। एक तो इस इन्वेस्टिगेशन का जो ईडी कर रही है इस पूरे मामले में, उसके साथ साथ दूसरा है राजनीतिक और तीसरा है मानवीय एंगल ये है कि कांग्रेस के अध्यक्ष सोनिया गांधी जो इस समय कोविड कॉम्प्लिकेशंस के साथ को झेल रही हैं वो सर गंगाराम अस्पताल में एडमिटेड हैं और कल राहुल गांधी जब ईडी की तरफ से उनको बीच में लंच ब्रेक मिला था तो वो वहां पर उनको मिलने गए थे, अपनी मां को देखने गए थे। उसके बाद दूसरा जो एंगल है वो ये है कि जहां तक राजनीति का सवाल है कांग्रेस पार्टी और बीजेपी इस पूरे मसले पे आमने सामने आ गई है। वॉर ऑफ वर्ड्स जिसे कहा जाए वो पूरी तरीके से यहाँ पर चल रही है और यहाँ पर हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं कि ये काफिला जो है वो ताज मानसिंह रोड पे पहुंच गया है। सामने आपको जो है वो ताज मानसिंह होटल दिखेगा और सामने जिस रोड पे हम चल रहे हैं वो मानसिंह रोड है। इसके पास में ही आपको बहुत सारी ओबी वैन दिखेंगे। ये देखिए यही ईडी का दफ्तर है जहाँ पे राहुल गांधी को वापस आना है। लगभग 2 किलोमीटर की दूरी है और यहाँ से आपको हम काफिला पूरा दिखा रहे हैं कि किस तरीके से आगे बढ़ा चला जा रहा है राहुल गांधी का काफिला। उनके साथ में प्रियंका गांधी है और ये जो है काफिला वो AICC मुख्यालय की ओर जा रहा है। सारी सड़कें जो पास की है वो एक तरीके से अगर देखा जाए तो पैरेलली उनको पूरा चौको ब्लॉक कर दिया गया है। ये देखिए इधर जो है काफिला राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी का मानसिंह रोड पे पहुंच गया है। कांग्रेस पार्टी जो है उन्होंने इसको एक शो ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ में तब्दील कर दिया है। कल एक सॉलिडारिटी मार्च निकालनी थी राहुल गांधी के सपोर्ट में उनको, लेकिन जब दिल्ली पुलिस का क्रैकडाउन देखा तो उन्होंने कहा कि हम भी अब झुकेंगे नहीं, हम भी रुकेंगे नहीं और उसके बाद वो भी भिड़ गए। और उसी चीज में अगर देखा जाए तो कांग्रेस पार्टी के बहुत सारे नेताओं ने ये कहा है, एमपीज ने, पूर्व जो उनके मंत्री हैं केंद्र के और साथ के साथ वरिष्ठ नेता हैं, उन सब ने कहा है कि कल जो दिल्ली पुलिस ने क्रैकडाउन किया उसकी वजह से
Rahul Gandhi's house. He's just left and he's now reached 24 Akbar Road, which is the headquarters of the Congress Party, the AICC headquarters. Aishwarya Paliwal is at the AICC, getting us the very latest. The Gandhis have just reached AICC. Aishwarya?
Well, we are still waiting. You know, we are standing at the main gate. This is the very gate from which both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi will walk into the AICC headquarters. In fact, I'll ask Nasir to pan and to show you all the leaders are waiting for Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. Mallikarjun Kharge, you can see here, Jairam Ramesh, the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, all of them are now standing and waiting for Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi to come here. We are expecting both of them to reach this gate from where we are getting you live visuals or India Today, to reach in another 2 to 3 minutes. That's what we are expecting. Huge security, you'll see on the side of the road, police personnel deployed in large numbers. All the leaders are standing here to show solidarity with Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, and we are expecting them, Sneha, to reach here inside AICC. From here, they will, we don't know whether they'll walk or they'll go in.
Now, I'm just going to go first to Aishwarya of Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. As you see them, these are pictures of the Gandhi siblings there at the Congress headquarters in the national capital. This is 24 Akbar Road, from where we are getting you these pictures of, in fact, these are pictures from a while ago. On their way to 24 Akbar Road. Well, there is a cavalcade, obviously, that...
who are on their way to 24 Akbar Road. This is what you're seeing is that Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi both are present in that car together. And because it's a situation over here, because the roads have been closed, it's a traffic situation which is there. I would like to show you as to how Rahul Gandhi and along with him Priyanka Gandhi is present in the car. Both of the Gandhi siblings are going towards AICC, and here you can see that Rahul Gandhi along with Priyanka Gandhi and their lawyer are present here. Sneha, I would like to show the visuals of Mansingh Road. Here you can see that Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi is taking selfies also with the party karyakartas. You can see that there are photographs being taken, the people who are interacting with her, and she's actually interacting with the Congress workers also. And this is what is happening at the moment, that Congress parties, you can see as to how the workers are reacting on the entire case. The workers are also interacting with the Gandhi siblings. We'd like to show what is happening over here. Well, you can see as to how Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi are interacting with the party workers also. They're trying to go and they're coming here and expressing their solidarity with the Gandhi siblings. And both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi are present here and they're heading towards. We'd like to show you what is going on. That Priyanka Gandhi is interacting with the party workers over here, and we would like to show you that Rahul Gandhi is also interacting with the party workers, and the workers are saying over here. I'd like to show that there are other supporters of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi present here. आपको हम जो ये दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं, वो मानसिंह रोड का है, जहां पे इस समय राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी का काफिला ट्रैफिक जाम में फंस गया है। और यहाँ पर आप देखिए कि किस तरीके से राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी के साथ जो कार्यकर्ता कांग्रेस पार्टी के हैं, वो पहुंच के अपना यहाँ पर एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं सॉलिडारिटी, और वो लोग कह रहे हैं यहाँ पर कि हम राहुल गांधी के साथ हैं। आपको हम यहाँ पर दिखाएं कि राहुल गांधी बैठे हुए हैं, उनके साथ जो है प्रियंका गांधी भी हैं, और यहाँ पर उनके आगे लॉयर भी हैं। यहाँ के आपको हम दृश्य दिखा रहे हैं कि राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी दोनों कांग्रेस के मुख्यालय जा रहे हैं 12 तुगलक लेन से, और यहाँ पर इस समय जो है वो पहुंचे हैं, और यहाँ पर कांग्रेस पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता भी जो है वो पहुंच गए। राहुल गांधी जो है वो गाड़ी में इस समय मौजूद है, और क्योंकि यहाँ पे ट्रैफिक की सिचुएशन है, सारी सड़कें यहाँ अकबर रोड के आसपास जो है उनको रोक दिया गया है। इसके चलते जो है राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी का जो काफिला है वो यहाँ फंस गया था। राहुल गांधी और उनके साथ प्रियंका गांधी यहाँ पर जा रहे हैं। आप देखिए कि किस तरीके से यहाँ पर एआईसीसी मुख्यालय की ओर जो है ये इनका काफिला बड़ा चला जा रहा है और राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी का जो काफिला है वो आगे जो है अकबर रोड की तरफ जा रहा है। पूरा का पूरा एआईसीसी मुख्यालय जो है छावनी में तब्दील है। आगे कार्यकर्ताओं को जो है वो धरपकड़ की जा रही है, उनको जो है डिटेन किया जा रहा है। सामने जो है वो गोल चक्कर है जहाँ पे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का रेजिडेंस है और आपको हम यहाँ पर दिखाएं कि किस तरीके राहुल गांधी और प्रियंका गांधी का जो काफिला है वो आगे बढ़ा हुआ जा रहा है। ये पूरा जो एरिया है वो उसमें जाम लगा हुआ है। दिल्ली पुलिस को खासी यहाँ पर जो है मुशक्कत करनी पड़ रही है क्योंकि ये जो एरिया है वो एआईसीसी मुख्यालय जाता है। और आपको मैं यहाँ पे दिखाऊं कि यहाँ पर देखिए क्या क्रैकडाउन हो रहा है। जितने भी नेता और कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पे एआईसीसी मुख्यालय जाने चाह रहे हैं उनको जाने नहीं दिया जा रहा। यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट हो रहा है और दिल्ली पुलिस ने इस पूरे इलाके को एक तरीके से छावनी में तब्दील कर दिया है। राहुल गांधी प्रियंका गांधी का जो काफिला है वो आ रहा है और यहाँ देखिए आप कि किस तरीके से पूरा छावनी में जो है वो तब्दील है यहाँ का इलाका। फोटो
details, those pictures from, in fact, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi headed towards Congress headquarters, and she was getting us those details, the manner in which Priyanka Gandhi also interacted with some of the workers there, the cadre of the Congress party, some of them extremely emotional, gathered in support and solidarity with Rahul and Priyanka Gandhi. We'll just try.
AICC headquarters. Well, what you can see over here is that there is a massive crackdown. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi's cavalcade is now heading towards AICC headquarters, and this is what is happening here. There's a massive area that has been turned into a fortress. There's a massive deployment of the police force, and Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi's cavalcade has just reached here. Well, there were these workers who had come to interact with Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi while they were coming this side. I would like to show you that how the entire cavalcade is moving towards the 24 Akbar Road, and at the same time also we will show as to how the movement is happening towards the AICC headquarters. If I can ask my camera person Pawan to enter into the arena, well, you can see that both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi's cavalcade has just entered. Well, the entire area has turned into a fortress, and behind me you can see it is actually very difficult for the cops to manage the situation. Not because there is a lot of supporters, but because of the layer after layer barricadings which have taken place over here. There you can see Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi both moving towards the Congress headquarters, and along with them are the other senior leaders of the Congress party. Well, this is what is happening at the AICC headquarters, where Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi have reached. It's going to be again a show of strength, a Satyagraha march, which we are going to see today, because the Congress party said that yesterday also they carried out a protest march, and now also you can see Dipender Singh Hooda who's running, and this is what is happening at AICC headquarters. This is exactly what has happened because of this ED notice. Whether you're old, whether you're young, Congress leader or the worker, the cadre is one. Well, one of the MPs also walking here. Let's try to get into word. So you guys are walking again?
Yes, sir, we are going to Rahulji, then going to Enforcement Directorate.
Yesterday, the crackdown which happened, you were also there at Tughlaq Lane police station. What we are hearing is
till 12 o'clock without notice nobody telling anything.
We have heard that Mr. Venugopal got hurt, many other senior leaders got hurt. What exactly happened?
Police brutally attacked.
We are also hearing.
Attacked police.
We are also hearing that you guys are going to move some privilege notices.
Yeah. Next day we are moving to privilege notice to Lok Sabha Speaker.
Well, this is the breaking news coming in. Congress party is going to move the privilege notices in the Lok Sabha. It will be moved by whom and against whom?
Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary moved to that privilege notice to higher level police officers. Mr. V.K. Singh also there, DIG, against him also.
Well, this is the breaking news coming in that the Lok Sabha's leader of the Congress party in Lok Sabha, Mr. Ranjan Chaudhary, has moved privilege motion. This is what the MP of the Congress party is informing us. He comes from Kerala, and he has said that Ranjan Chaudhary has moved the privilege motion. Once again, I'd like to show you what is happening outside AICC headquarters. Again, massive police deployment, and Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi both have reached at the AICC headquarters from Tughlaq Lane. In between, the car got stuck in the traffic, and that's where the workers gathered, and they were expressing their support to both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. Both Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, the Gandhi siblings, interacted also with their workers, and right now you can see as to how the entire area has turned into a fortress. Well, the entire Satyagraha march is what we are hearing will take place, and they will be moving towards this side, where we are at the moment. They will walk down to the ED office. Well, this is the scene over here where we are at the moment, the AICC headquarters. If I can ask my camera person, Pawan, to just show as to how the cavalcade is in this direction. Yesterday, when we were there, I can ask Pawan to just turn around and show what is happening. Yesterday, when we were present here, the cavalcade's movement was towards that side, 10 Janpath and the ED office. But now, today it is towards this side, which is towards the Mansingh, so the road. Behind me, you can see as to how the Delhi police is standing, this time with their ropes, and they are not going to allow people to move. There's a massive police deployment, and senior officials are present outside the Congress office. Well, that poster says everything. This is the campaign of the Congress party. Rahul Gandhi with the slogan Satyamev Jayate, and Congress's symbol, that of the hand. And Congress party's people who analyze it, people who have been keeping a close watch from decades altogether, have said that this is in a way a very big statement the Congress party is sending loud and clear, that the next leader or the person who's going to lead the party is none other than Rahul Gandhi, and that's why he's been targeted, is what the Congress party senior leader, including Randeep Singh Surjewala, has said. Behind me, you can see the deployment, senior officials present here. There is the police, apart from police deployment, there is massive presence of the media also, and inside are the Congress workers and the leaders. Yesterday we saw the crackdown by the police, and today what we are witnessing is here at AICC headquarters, it's much more sorted. There are these ropes brought in so that if the walk is going to happen from where we are, yesterday it went towards 10 Janpath and then further on 1 kilometer down to ED office, and today the march is going to happen towards this side, which is towards the India Gate. So we are trying to give our viewers as to what exactly is the scene over here. Inside, the sloganeering is taking place, and at any point of time this door can be opened, and the Gandhi siblings, especially Rahul Gandhi, will walk out with all the top leaders of the party and the Karyakartas walking along with him.